Let me ask you something. What do men actually find attractive in a woman? If your answer is physical appearance, you're only seeing the surface, and science that the full picture is far more complex, far more fascinating, and honestly, far more hopeful than most people realize. Today, we're going beneath the surface. We're looking at what psychology and neuroscience actually say about male attraction. And some of what you're about to hear will completely change how you think about this topic. Let's start with the most misunderstood part of attraction, physical appearance. Yes, men are visually stimulated. That's not a controversial statement. But here's what most people don't know. Research shows that physical attraction is heavily influenced by context, familiarity, and emotional association. In other words, how a woman makes a man feel dramatically changes how attractive he perceives her to be. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that men who felt a strong emotional connection with a woman rated her as significantly more physically attractive over time. This phenomenon is called the halo effect, when positive feelings about someone's personality literally change how you see their face. So physical attraction is not as fixed as people think. It's fluid, it's emotional, and it's deeply psychological. Now let's talk about something evolutionary. Psychologists have studied for decades the science of what men are unconsciously drawn to. Evolutionary psychology suggests that male attraction is partly driven by subconscious signals of health and vitality. Things like clear skin, symmetrical features, and a healthy body weight have all been linked to fertility signals that the male brain picks up on completely below the level of conscious thought. But here's where it gets interesting. These instincts are just the baseline. They're the first filter. And for most men, especially emotionally mature men, they're not even the most important filter. Because above the physical baseline, what men are really attracted to is something far more powerful: confidence. Multiple studies have consistently found that confidence is one of the most universally attractive traits a woman can have. Not arrogance, confidence. There's a difference. Confidence is knowing your worth without needing to announce it. It's the woman who walks into a room and doesn't need everyone's approval to feel comfortable in her own skin. Why is this so attractive to men psychologically? Because confidence signals security, and humans, both men and women, are deeply attracted to people who make them feel secure rather than anxious. A confident woman doesn't chase. She doesn't need constant reassurance. She has her own life, her own goals, her own identity, and that independence is magnetic. Now let's talk about something called psychological mystery and why it plays such a powerful role in male attraction. The human brain is a prediction machine. It constantly tries to figure things out. And when it can't fully predict someone, when there's a layer of mystery, it becomes deeply engaged. Psychologists call this the uncertainty effect, and it directly fuels romantic attraction. This is why the woman who reveals everything about herself immediately is often less compelling than the woman who reveals herself slowly over time. It's not about playing games. It's about having a rich inner world that naturally takes time to explore. Men are attracted to depth, to a woman who has opinions, passions, stories, and a perspective that is uniquely her own. The woman who is genuinely interested in life, not just in being liked, is the woman who captures and holds attention. Let's talk about emotional intelligence now, because this one surprises people. Research consistently shows that men, despite cultural stereotypes, are deeply attracted to emotionally intelligent women. A woman who can communicate clearly, handle conflict without drama, and create emotional safety in a relationship is extraordinarily rare. And rare things are valuable. Emotional intelligence in a woman signals to a man's brain, consciously and unconsciously, that this is someone he can build something real with. Not just someone to spend time with, but someone to trust. And trust is the foundation of deep attraction. A study from the University of Iowa found that both men and women ranked kindness and emotional stability as the most desirable traits in a long-term partner, ranked even higher than physical attractiveness. This finding was consistent across cultures. Now, here's something that might be the most psychologically powerful thing we'll cover today. The concept of mirroring and how it creates attraction almost automatically. Mirroring is when two people unconsciously reflect each other's body language, speech patterns, and energy. It happens naturally between people who feel connected, and research shows it creates a powerful sense of rapport and attraction almost instantly. When a woman is genuinely present in a conversation, when she's truly listening, responding authentically, and matching the emotional energy of the moment, men experience this as deeply attractive, not because of technique, but because genuine presence is rare. Most people are distracted. They're thinking about what to say next. They're performing. A woman who is truly there, fully engaged, stands out in a way that's almost impossible to ignore. Now, let's bring this all together. What men are really attracted to, beneath the surface, beyond the physical, is a woman who is whole. A woman who has her own identity, her own confidence, her own emotional world. A woman who is present, genuine, and secure in who she is. The most attractive thing a woman can be is simply, deeply herself. Not a performance, not a strategy, not a version of herself designed to please everyone around her, just authentically, unapologetically herself. And the psychology behind this is clear. People are attracted to authenticity because it is increasingly rare. In a world full of filters, performance, and people desperately seeking approval, a person who is simply real stands out like a light in a dark room. If this gave you a new way of thinking about attraction and psychology, drop a comment below and share your thoughts. And if you want more content that goes deep into human behavior and the psychology behind why we do what we do, subscribe. New videos every week.